Dopamine. Dopamine now. Can you feel it now? Check it. Dopamine. Dopamine.
Back on the tail of Gunnar. He's looking to make an overtake already. Down the inside he goes.
Is he gonna go? He's gonna do it!
Oh, with Hackett now up into P9. Down the inside he goes. Another aggressive move on the other Mercedes driver. Is he gonna make it stick? Doesn't look like.
Problem is,
Oh, that's nice for Broad Adam, moving up to P7.
Dopamine.
As he's currently looking to gain about 3 or 4 points. Oh, and is Nellboy going to go for it down the inside of Waza? Seems like he is, and he makes up that position. Beautiful overtake by Nellboy.
12 races, multiple divisions, 20 drivers.
All that sound good? Then why not join us now ahead of the new season? The link to our Discord will be in the description, and we hope to see you on track with us.
Delta T Racing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to DTR. We're here for round 6, Great Britain for Division 1. It is a very, very wet and windy Silverstone this evening. It's going to be like this for the entirety, as I believe. We're just waiting for the drivers to come out. So we have a McLaren on their way out. I wonder, is that Mars Ranger, I'm guessing? Yes, it is. So we'll stick with him for the time being. We will have a quick look at the drivers. So Benny is on top with a decent lead of 102 over Theo, who is on 72. Theo had a great race last time out, got P1. Benny got P2. With Red Bull getting decent points last time out, they are now ahead of the reserve team of Cadillac. So, should be interesting to see what will be going on here tonight, purely because look at how wet it is out there right now. It is disgusting weather. Grelis would absolutely hate it, and that is why he did not reserve this evening. That is a guess. But, oh no, Grelis, it's not raining. We're doing a boat race tonight instead. It's not F1 anymore, it's boat racing. But we do have a debutant. He was going to join us 2 weeks ago, but could not join us in Solche in the McLaren, the Mercedes. So we'll see how he gets on, as Mars Ranger is now finishing his outlap. So we will go on board with Mars Ranger, as he will be the first man to cross the line. So, out of the last corner. Oh, a bit of a wobble on the exit there. Burning a bit of battery down to the first corner, down a gear. Keeps it pretty well. Doesn't go shooting off the track, which is good to see at this point. Into the awkward farm. Out of Aintree, a bit of a wobble. Now remember, there is no DRS because it is peeing down with rain. Down the Wellington Straight into Luffield. No, sorry, no, Brooklands, and then Luffield is the right-hander. I apologise. Sliding it through. He's drifting it through Luffield. Down onto the National Pit Straight. Oh, double downshift and a bit of braking for Cops in this weather. How is he going to take Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel? He's done that pretty well. Oh, a bit of a slide on the exit towards Chapel there. Heavy use of the ERS down here. He is almost out of his deployment though. So he's going to keep that for the last little bits to go. Down into Vale and through Club. Very close to invalidating there. Sliding it through the final corner. And it's a 142.0 from Masked Ranger. Not a bad lap at all. Benny with a 143.4 behind. Let us go down to Theo, who is the next man to come across the line. That is a 144.3. There is an Alpine of Stewart sliding it through the corner. 146.0. He is on the intermediates by the look of it. Yes, he is. Tom Putty coming through the final corner, followed by Ricker. So Tom Putty on a 148.6 and Ricker on a 145. Now, who is the next driver? Oh, I missed that. Sorry, Andre. Let's see. We now have Poop Cannon on an out lap, starting his lap now. Moncho coming up to the final chicane. Let's see where he can put himself in his papaya machine. Puts his foot down towards the line, puts himself provisional P3 with a 43.494. Not far off of Benny. Now we've got Kazingle, also known as Jack, from Division 2, reserving up this evening. 147.7. Solche comes around the final corner to 149 for the debutante. Havoc Connor coming around the final corner now. It's a 147.3 from him. So the only man who is currently on a hot lap is the ass in the house of Magic Poop Cannon. Sliding it through Cops. Theo goes fastest with a 141.784. And there is a car. Oh, okay, he was getting well out of the way. I'm guessing that was Ricker. As Magic Poop Cannon now comes down the hangar straight. One of the fastest parts of the track, but not quite as fast as it could be considering all of the water on the track. Comes into Club. Let's see where he can put himself. Up into P6 with a 145.3. Cavolis has left the session. I will send him a invite if I have him online. Nope, it does not look like he is currently there. I do apologise to the drivers who are currently on laps. I need to get this done as soon as. Cavolis, there he is. So Skipper is on an out lap. D-Rush has just started his first flying lap. Masked Ranger goes pole with a 141.1, 6/10 ahead of Theo. He did say before the race he was looking forward to the wet race tonight. So seems him, Theo, Benny, and I'm going to stick my neck out a little bit. I know Stuart does do well in the rain as well. But we will stick with D-Rush and see where he will stick his Sauber. Should really be calling it Audi by now, but hey-ho, F125. Onto the hangar straight. You can already see the dry line that has formed from the cars going round. And that is just going to keep on forming unless the drivers decide not to come out on track. It does seem everyone is out on track apart from Jack and Cavolis. I'm hoping Cavolis can get back in. Well, I say that and he rejoins. D-Rush seems to have invalidated somewhere and I missed it. I do apologise. Oh, no, it was just a bit of lag. What? Okay, that was laggy as all hell. Stuart has now left the session. Oh, they're testing me tonight. Benny goes pole with a 1:39.8. Absolutely insane lap in the wet here. He stuck the inters on purely because the dry line is there now. Skipper is now navigating the final corners. Where is he going to put his Sauber? Up to P14, 1:47.6. Not bad considering. Stuart has rejoined the session. Let's see, we have a Williams. It is Ricker on the intermediates as well. Does not improve that time around. Andre is just starting. Tom Putty is the car ahead of him. Oh, I'm losing it completely now. We've got D-Rush. He is coming into the pits. Poop Cannon has invalidated. Jack is going to start an outlap. We have got an invalidated Havoc Connor, followed by M. Benny. Grellis, ready for some soft, methinks. I think not, somehow. Now, is the sister team helping out the bigger sister team? Did the RB? Yes, he did. He gave him a tow down the hangar straight. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it has happened. Where does Bog put himself? Does he improve? He does not improve. Oh, and Solche was all kinds of around at Stowe Corner. Skipper comes in. Solche will be coming in. Let's see. Am I going the right way? Nope. Ricker coming through the final corners now. Can he improve his position from fourth? Up to P2 with a 1:40.1. Good lap from Ricker. Tom Putty leading a... Well, so it was Tom Putty, Andre and Moncho all crossing the line at the same time. And it's a 1:39.6 from Moncho. 1:42.5 from Andre. Although I think it looks like he is now properly pushing. Have a look and see. Jack has crossed the line to start a fresh run. Abbott Connor is coming in. Mars Ranger is going to be starting a lap. Benny is in the pits. Barry Bogorovsky, is he going to be able to improve his lap now? Let's have a look. up to P4 with a 1:45.55. All the fives for Barry Bogorovsky. I believe Stewart is now starting a lap. We have an incident. Oh, yeah, it is Ricker getting out of the way. So Moncho is not pushing now. But we do have, I believe, Tom Putty is potentially pushing. Nope, full battery. Both of the Williams cars are slow on the hangar straight. But we do have Kavolis, who is now on the charge. He's not been able to set a time because he's lagged out of the session and got himself back in. So this is his first flying lap. Let's see where the Alpine man can put himself as he comes up to Vale and Club. Oh, a big tank slapper coming through Club there. Up to P2 and a 1:39.503. An amazing lap from Kavolis. Invalidation from Kazingal there. We have Mars Ranger coming round to finish his lap. 1:36.561. The times are tumbling now. There are 3 minutes left. Stewart up to P2. That was a stonking lap from the Alpine driver there. Let's see. So both of the Saubers are on out laps. We have Moncho on the push now. And he is now out of deployment. So he is doing this without any ERS on the last few corners. Not the best deployment strategy, but it might well work for him. Let's see where this puts him. Up to P2, a 1:37.643. A good lap from the McLaren man. Let's have a look. We've got Havoc Connor, who has invalidated his out lap. Have Kavolis coming round as well. He is going straight into the pits. Jack is coming round to finish his lap now. Through Vale and Club. Onto the Hamilton straight. What can he do? It's up to P7, a 1:40.391. Theo, where is he? I've lost him. Up to P2, there he is. Mars Ranger going around yet again to see if he can go even faster. Not that time round, it was a cool down lap. Bogorovsky up to P5 with a 1:39.181. We have got Stewart coming round again. Okay, he was on a cool down lap. Both of the Mercedes are on laps. D-Rush has invalidated that lap, unfortunately for him. Moncho coming round the last two corners, diving into the pits now. So we will go on with Skipper, who is finishing his push lap. I would think it's going to be his final push lap. He has been using the battery this time round. He's not going to be able to make it back around to the line, but that is P10, 1:40.7. I believe that was Ricker going up to P8 from P9, was. Havoc Connor coming around the final corner with a valid lap. Oh my word, he invalidates the next lap, but it is P5, a 1:39.158 from the V-carb. Good job, Connor. You actually got it across the line without invalidating completely. Mars Ranger really setting the benchmark in this quali tonight. 1:35.4. We now have Bogorovsky comes across. He was invalidated. I do apologise. Basically bit my tongue there. Stewart goes up to P3 with a 137.161. We have a Sauber and Mercedes pushing each other through the final corners. D-Rush, you don't do that when it's qualifying, mate. But Solche up to P12, a 142.1. Good job from him. Tom Putty has just finished his lap. Ricker coming round the final corner now. Goes up to P5. Benny up to P2, not quite enough. Magic Poop Cannon up to 7th. Who do we have next? It is Andre coming across the line next. Up to P8 for Andre. Can Theo snatch pole at the final seconds? Oh my word. He does improve, but not enough. So now we are just waiting for the gents who went into the pits. Solche, if it felt like impeding, make sure to clip it and put it in after the race, because deliberate impeding is a quali ban for the next race. So make sure to put the clip in. We saw it on the final corner there. The thing is, D-Rush has done this in the past, and he's done it under blue flags as well. So he needs to learn that it's... Sure, you might both be on hot laps, but you can't be going into people. But there you have it, folks. Mars Ranger on pole, Benny in P2. The second row is Theo and Stewart. Third row is Moncho and Ricker. Magic Poop Cannon and Andre make up the fourth row. Havoc Connor and Bogorovsky, fifth row. Kavolis and Kazingle, sixth row. Seventh row is Skipper and Solche. D-Rush and Tom Putty bring up the rear on the eighth row. Okay, Solche, it's now time for you to concentrate on your race. Thank you for being in the chat, but do concentrate on that race. So, now, I personally feel that the strategy here is pretty simple. I've done a bit of practice in full rain conditions. I know what I'll be doing tomorrow. But, yeah, let's see what the drivers decide to do this evening with their strategies. And while we are waiting for them to sort that out, please remember, down below is the Discord for DTR. We are always looking for new drivers, new commentators, new F1 coordinators, stewards. So whether you just want to be part of the community, become part of the staff, or become a racer yourself, join the Discord down below, sign up, and come and have a chat. We're all, well, I say all, we're mostly kind and everyone is welcome. So, let's see what we are doing here tonight. So, it is the formation lap. Let's get all of our information up. Let's see what the drivers have decided to go on tyre-wise. So a couple of drivers have decided to do what I would plan to do. So we have got 6 drivers on the intermediates for the start of the race. Everyone else is on the full wets this evening. Now, I don't want to upset anyone, but after 5-6 laps, the dry line comes in and it asks you to come off of the wet tyres anyway. So starting on the inters is the smarter option, because you can go through till your designated pit lap. Sure, you'll struggle on the first few laps, but you will be able to overtake those who have come into the pits early and get one hell of an overcut, because the pit lane here is extremely slow, only 37 miles an hour, and it is an extremely long pit lane. We are going to be going on board with Theo for the start of the race. Ignore the race strategies, it is absolute hokum. They know nothing about racing in this game. Surprising that EA and Codemasters made a racing game and they know nothing about racing, apparently. So there is a fairly large gap behind Cavolis down to Jack. I wonder if there was a little bit of an entanglement, but we will sit on board with Theo. Bogorovsky has missed his grid box, meaning he will be back about 2 to 3 meters, putting him at a disadvantage for the start of the race. Oh my word. You don't... Oh, NLD Rush has done the same. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. Very quick lights this evening. Oh, a lot of wheel spin from the Aston Martin there. Mars Ranger got a decent getaway. Couple of drivers going wide to avoid contact there. We will have a look at position changes once 2 laps are complete. Quite a few jostling at this moment in time. Mars Ranger has absolutely stormed away. Of course he would. I'm not sure if that is purely down to tyre selection at this early point in the race. It could be a factor, but it will hamper him a little bit later in this race. So we have got Mars Ranger ahead by 2 seconds. Then we've got the trio of Theo, Benny and Moncho. Then it is a rather long train from Magic Poop Cannon down to Havoc Connor. Then Barry Bogorovsky must have made a bit of an oopsie coming through Cops there, as he has now got the rest of the field on his rear. Tom Putty looks to have damage. He is missing both end plates on that Mercedes. Is there anyone else with damage? Let us see. There's a move from Jack on NLD Rush. Slammed on the brakes to try and make the corner, but D-Rush swoops around the outside and keeps the position. Benny and Moncho staying with Theo. Mars Ranger is creating a bit of a gap at this moment in time. Poop Cannon is in a little bit of a no man's land. He's got a gap of 3 seconds between the car in front and the car behind him. He's just sort of sat in the middle, not knowing what to do. Is Andre going to try and make a pass on his teammate here? It does not look like it. Let us see. Moncho is right on the back of Benny now. Although he did just slide it through Luffield, it looks very awkward for Moncho at this moment. He knows that his wet tyres need to be in the clean air to make the most out of them. But maybe he is happy to sit behind for the time being. We do not know at this moment. Andre very much in the wake of his teammate through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. They're being very closely followed by Stewart. Let's see, is there a pass going to happen anywhere? Oh, Andre looking up the inside, sticking his nose next to his teammate. And Andre gets the move done into Vale. That was an expertly done move. Late braking from the Polish driver there. But this has now put Ricker at a disadvantage to the Alpine behind, although Stewart seems to be sliding at the early stages here. We will have a look at the position changes. So the biggest winner at this moment is NLD Rush, up 3 positions, and Stewart is down 4. Losing 4 positions from the start of the race, just not getting on with the Inters early on in the stint. I am surprised to see that no one has a penalty as of yet. Benny has started to drop back from Theo. I wonder if there was maybe a little bit of a nudge, a little bit of contact potentially. But he is now back in that 1 second gap. Doesn't matter right now, purely because there is no DRS. Also, what tyres did Tom Putty end up going on to? He put on another set of wet tyres, full wet tyres. Mars Ranger is now 4.5 seconds ahead of Theo. Welcome in, Pipkey. You haven't really missed much. There was a fair amount going on the first lap, but not much has changed since then. Mars Ranger setting the fastest lap for the 3rd lap in a row. Ricker and Stewart doing what they do best in DTR and fighting each other. It looks awful. Their cars are wobbling all over the show when they get themselves under traction, under throttle. But with Stewart trying to attack Ricker through the final corners, it has meant that Ricker has lost a position. Oh, not position, lost time to his teammate ahead. Bogarovsky gets himself past Havoc Connor, going into the farm complex. Let's see who is the closest driver at the moment. We are currently on with him. He is Cavolis. Closest to Havoc Connor at the moment. Although saying that, NLD Rush has just snuck up right behind Cavolis and is within 4/10. No, Pipkey. Not everyone is on the Inters. Quite a few are on the wet tyres. So we will see how that pans out. So these guys are the closest at the moment. Trailing Havoc Connor for P10 is Cavolis and D-Rush. Mars Ranger, yet again, setting another fastest lap. He's just not calming down. And there's Theo, now starting to show that the speed of the Inters is coming into play. Setting the new fastest lap on the intermediate tyres. Let us have a look. Havoc Connor seems to have broken away from Cavolis now. And D-Rush is slowly slipping away from Cavolis as well. It seems Ricker is the closest. This trio have been fighting for the last 3 laps. The rain is absolutely torrential right now. Benny is catching up to the back of Theo. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make a move this lap, but he might be positioning himself for a move next time around. Going over the sausage curbs a little bit there on the inside of Beckett's. Yep. Andre, Ricker and Stewart are all very close together, and in comes Mars Ranger. We did say it, didn't we? The wets are going to be coming in lap 5, lap 6. Benny with the fastest lap now. 1:43.6 behind Theo. Poop Cannon also into the pits. Havoc Connor getting himself a 3-second time penalty. I believe that was on the exit of Stowe. So now Mars Ranger has come out of the pits. He is now in P7. He is stuck behind Stewart. Solche gets himself a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's unfortunate for the debutant. Let's have a look what the new tyres are on these drivers. We've got Mars Ranger on the Inters. Everyone who has pitted has gone over to the intermediate tyres. I believe Tom Putty is going to do the same. He's the only one who pitted early because he had wing damage on the first lap. Yes, Mars Ranger now on the intermediates. Stewart very close to the back of Ricker, and as all sliding it through Beckett's there and through Chapel. He is not enjoying the wet weather as we thought he might. Theo setting the new fastest lap of 1:43.145. So we now have a gaggle of 4 cars here, all keeping with Andre. I need to double check. Is Andre? Yep, Andre is on the wet tyres. He is not listening to his engineer. Mars Ranger trying to make a move on Stewart. Is he going to go round the outside of turn 3? Yes, he is. Oh, and he's been forced off of the track by the look of it. A bit of tough love from Stewart there. Stewart is really struggling through the corners right now. So, Andre is the furthest driver ahead on wet tyres. He is the first of the wet tyre runs. And it is causing a bottleneck for the rest of the field. Theo and Benny are laughing at this point. If they manage to pull out a couple more seconds from Andre before their pit lap, they will have pretty much a free pit stop in front of Mars Ranger. Unless Mars Ranger can make the moves to get through this group. Theo and Benny trading the fastest lap. It's 1:42.2 from Benny now. Stewart almost into the back of Ricker as Andre decides to come into the pits. I didn't actually catch a couple of these penalties, so let's see. So, Solche and Stewart, since the last I checked, have both got 3-second time penalties. There goes Mars Ranger. Oh my word, Stuart, you've got to watch where you're putting your car. Stuart is not having it tonight, and Ricker got well out of the way, went very deep through the corner and allows Stuart through onto the Wellington straight. Mars Ranger, is he going to throw it up the inside? There he goes on Ricker. So Benny and Theo have 24 seconds back to Mars Ranger now. They can pull out a couple more seconds in front of Stuart. Get it up to 26, 27 second gap. Then they will be able to pit with no real trouble. Theo getting a new fastest lap, a 1:41.8. Showing that he really does enjoy these wet conditions, does the Aston man. Is Mars Ranger going to go for the dive? He does. But there goes Stuart, fighting it around the outside. Oh. Very, very slippy slidey through the final corner there. They are both going sideways through turns 1 and 2. Mars Ranger finally gets the move done on Stuart. He will be glad to see the Alpine in his rear view mirror now. Skipper gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Kavolis is into the pits. Did I miss something? Was Kavolis still on the wet tyres? I do not know. But now Ricker is going to want to try and catch Stuart and pass him if he can. Stuart goes wide out of Cops. This has given Ricker the best chance to catch him. I think that was Solche going off track in Sector 1 there. Had a slight yellow. Benny with another fastest lap. Connor with another 3-second time penalty. So now everyone is pretty much done swapping from their wet tyres onto the inters. The field has spread out considerably, apart from Ricker and Stuart and Benny and Theo. But Benny and Theo are still yet to stop. So we have 6 drivers yet to stop in this race. We will stay on with the Williams and the Alpine here. But we will keep an eye on Theo and Benny when they decide to come into the pits. We will have a look at Mars Ranger when they decide to come in and see if he will be able to undercut them at all. But remember, he did get stuck in traffic, so if he does manage to get out ahead of them, it's going to be one hell of a job from the McLaren man to get that done. It looks like Ricker, his tyres are starting to fade a little as Stuart pulls away from him. Tom Putty gets himself a 3-second time penalty. He joins the esteemed crew. Benny and Theo have now lapped Tom Putty. It's unfortunate for Tom because he had an incident on the first lap. Not sure if it was his fault or not, but he had to change his wing. he put on fresh wets and then he came in again to change onto the inters. So it's a little bit rough. And there is the pace from Mars Ranger on these inters, a 140.8. Ricker still floating between half a second and a second on the back of Stewart. Saying that, Moncho is right with Bogorovsky behind them here. Is Moncho going to be able to get back to the position he started in? Remember, Mars Ranger was on pole position and Moncho was in P4, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check that. I am wrong, he was P5. Stewart was P4. But this is a good showing from the McLarens so far this evening. So now Theo and Benny are starting to catch up to the back of the debutant Solche. Stewart has got himself another 3-second time penalty. He really is not helping himself in this race tonight. He is currently on 6. Havoc Connor is on 6. Skipper and Tom Putty on 3. Solche on 13 due to speeding in the pit lane. Moncho not quite close enough to go for a dive on Bogorovsky. Havoc Connor does get past Magic Poop Cannon though through Stowe. We caught the end of that con. That was a very nice move. Moncho managing to get past Bogorovsky on the Hamilton straight. There is a yellow flag, a 3-second time penalty for D-Rush. Oh, and there was a 3-second for someone else there as well, which popped up and then disappeared. It was Soldier. And Havoc Connor is out. Havoc Connor is out. I wonder, was that a bit of contact with Magic Poop Cannon? Connor was there on the left-hand side in the wall. I have a feeling that is going to go to the stewards. Now, the question is, are these two going to benefit from this? Yes, they are. They are going to get themselves a free pit stop. Granted, it is a lap earlier than they would probably have wanted. Oh, Solche, I would have unlapped yourself first, my friend. But both Theo and Benny into the pits. Both onto a fresh set of intermediate tyres. And will be coming out. Mars Ranger's back into the pits. He is coming in to change onto a fresh set of inters. Will the safety car... Oh, well... Will the safety car let Solche pass it? Oh, no, Tom Putty pass it. Although Tom Putty is ghosted for some reason. There we go. He has now passed the safety car and he should be allowed to go and unlap himself. No, it wouldn't let him. What? What? I'm confused now. I am very, very confused. Game, why are you like this? Andre comes into the pits. So, we are going to have a rather long time waiting for everyone to catch the back of the safety car here. I'm still confused why it didn't let Tom Putty pass the safety car. But okay, I guess. But this does mean on the restart there is... Oh, and Tom Putty has been disqualified from the session. Ah, Tom. Yep, there we go. Not the way that really should have happened, but dear oh dear. So Mars Ranger is going to have a little bit of trouble because he's going to have Solche between himself and the front two. Solche, if you are listening, on the restart, get to the start-finish line as quickly as you can. Do not hold people up. Yes, you are lapped, but as soon as you are across that start-finish line, the guys behind you can pass you. We had that issue last week in Canada for Division 2. A lapped car decided to hold up the field and let the esteemed gentleman, Pipke, gain 4.5 seconds on the field out in front. So if you are listening, Solche, please get to the start-finish line as soon as possible when the restart happens. Take the restart as normal, then pull over out of the way of the cars behind you. So Skipper is the furthest driver away from the safety car at this moment in time. So we're going to have to wait for the Sauber to try and catch up. Unless Bert Mailander decides he's had enough of driving in the wet in a Mercedes and wants to come into the pit lane. So, as it sits right now, Theo is up 2 positions. Benny is static where he was. Mars Ranger is down 2 positions. Stewart is also static from the start. Ricker and Magic Poop Cannon up 1. Moncho down 2. Bogorovsky up 2. NLD Rush up 6 positions. He is the big winner at this moment in time. Kavolis is up 1. Andre is down 3. Jack, Skipper and Solche are where they started. And of course we have the unfortunate Havoc Connor down 6 positions purely for the fact that he has DNF'd. And Tom Putty doing Tom Putty things, I guess, and getting himself disqualified from the race. Grelis, if you are still in the chat, do you have any fun facts that I can shout out about Silverstone? A callback to when we both did commentary for another league together. Oh, what Connor is saying, it was too much curb at turn 2 and slammed the wall on the left-hand side. We did just glimpse your wreckage as the safety car is now coming in. Honestly, I thought it was contact with Poop Cannon. Well, it's a bit late now, Grelis. I should have asked you as soon as the safety car was out. But maybe if there's another safety car, who knows. But we will be on with Solche. Let's hope that he has listened to the stream and decides to go when the guys in front do. Go on, Solche. Okay, so he is now across the start-finish line. Yep, there we are. Good, man. Oh, my word, that's dangerous. You're on the racing line there, Solche. We are very lucky that no one ran into him there. That is Stuart with another 3-second time penalty. He is really shooting himself in the foot here with 11 laps to go. Havoc Connor is confirming that Magic Poop Cannon did not harm any Connors in the making of this race. So I apologise, Poop Cannon. I jumped to conclusions because you were right next to Connor when he went spearing off. Benny is right with Theo right now. Oh my word, a big slide through Beckett's and through Chapel. But well held. He very much Max Verstappened his way through those slides. Now Mars Ranger is going to want to be catching up to the back of these two as soon as humanly possible. He is going to be feeling very, very slighted by that safety car as Magic Poop Cannon goes up a position and then loses a load of positions. What is going on? Right, okay, Moncho went into the pits. Understandable. Okay. Let's get rid of the position changes so we have a little bit more real estate. So everyone is still very much bunched up, apart from Skipper and Solche. But that is because Solche is now lapped and Skipper is almost a minute down on Moncho, who has just come out of the pits. Did he have damage? I will have to ask him after the race. Benny is now in. Oh, he went for the move into Cops, and Theo closed the door. Let's ride on board, see if Benny can put the hammer down. Oh, Theo with a tank slapper up ahead. And this gives Benny ample room to make the move into Stowe. Easy pass for M. Benny there. Theo made the mistake, didn't get the traction on the hanger straight. He will be kicking himself for that one. This has also allowed Mars Ranger to catch up as well. He is within the 1 second. Was when I said that. D rushes into the pits. Does he have damage? No, he does not. He is probably now pitting from earlier on. He has probably done his allotted time on his inters, doesn't like them anymore and wants a fresh set. And Moncho is back in. Moncho, what are you doing, my man? Ah, that's what he's doing. He is serving a 10-second time penalty. Okay, understood. So Mars Ranger is back in this fight with the top two here. Will he be able to make his presence known in the next 9 laps? So at the moment we haven't quite got penalty bingo. We've got quite a few drivers who have got multiple penalties though. Moncho has now cleared his name and come out behind Skipper. I don't think that is going to last for very long. We will watch here. Moncho is going to... Yep, there we go. First thing he does as he comes out of the pits is make his way past Skipper. He is now going to want to push to try and make up that 32-second deficit. Now, we all knew that Benny was a rain dance master in Division 1. He loves it when it's a little bit wet. And apparently he loves it when it pours as well. But, along with him, Theo and Mars Ranger have shown their patience, their tenacity, and their skill in the wet conditions here tonight. And they have completely gapped Stewart by near enough 6 seconds now. Each of the drivers choosing when to cool off their tyres, going off the dry line to make sure that their tyres stay within the temperature window for thermal degradation. There we go. Benny and Theo, both, all three of them, off into the wet on the left-hand side of the track there. It's very important to keep your tyres alive in a long race like this. Even if you're only doing 13 laps on a set of tyres in the wet, you do not want them to overheat. There, you can see Mars Ranger doing it behind Theo as well. Kavolis is right behind Barry Bogorowski here. Has lost a little bit of time there, and then he's gained it back on the straight. I have a feeling Kavolis' setup is a little bit less downforce, and Solche has got himself another 10-second time penalty and has retired in the pit lane. Unfortunately, I believe that is going to be a penalty for you, young man. We don't do retirements in the pit lane in this league. Let's go back up with the top three here. Pretty much the same. They seem to be a little bit closer to each other this time around, though. We have to remember Theo and Mars Ranger are both in the dirty air as well here. Theo a lot closer to the back of Benny now. But losing a bit of time going on the wet. Solche, next time you're in that situation, the two front runners had come into the pits. If you had stayed out one more lap and then pitted, you would have been on the lead lap. Because the leaders would have been caught by the safety car. Solche, basically, we don't do retirements in the pits in this league, purely for the fact that if your car comes out of the pit lane, because we have ghosting turned off, it can cause an incident if your car comes out the other end of the pit lane, as they usually do. So in future, just keep going. Doesn't matter, just finish the race. Do the laps. Jack gets himself a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. Skipper gets himself another 3-second time penalty as well. It seems Poop Cannon is starting to slow down the cars behind him. Kavolis gets a 3-second. That is not going to help him. That is going to promote Andre up to P8. I do apologise. Theo has been passed by Mars Ranger and I completely missed it. I do apologise, Mars Ranger. I completely missed your pass on Theo. But yeah, Solche, put it in the Division 1 chat and just ask about it. Or just in general, there you go. Have a word with Havoc Connor. He is an F1 coordinator. And he's also DNF'd from the race. So he's pretty much free to chat with you. Now Theo has dropped back from the front two here. Is he trying to conserve his tyres for the last 4? Yeah, Solche, we don't do ghosting in this league. We make it as realistic as we possibly can. Theo has got back within 1 second. Not that it really matters. Kavolis is right behind Bogorovsky going into Maggots and Beckett's, but has dropped a little bit of time through the middle of the corners there. He is gaining it back in the slipstream. Andre right on the tail of these two now. He's looking to move his Williams up, whether it's on track or via the penalty. He just wants to get as high on the scoring as he possibly can. D-Rush getting himself another 3-second time penalty. Kavolis having a little bit of a wobble through turn 3 there. Means he's lost a little bit of time to Bog ahead of him. Mars Ranger is getting very close to Benny now, within half a second. And they have also started to lose Theo behind them as well. Give me another camera. I want to be able to see the actual gap. Thank you very much. There we go. All three of them still cooling their tyres. They have got 3 and a bit laps to go in this race. Is Mars Ranger going to be able to make the move on Benny within that time? He's already got past Theo. Is he going to be able to dispatch the Red Bull? Thank you, Grelis. But I think you're the one who's lame, purely for the fact that you didn't want to race tonight because of a little bit of water. Oh, that looked like a little bit of a mistake from the front two there. Gave Theo the chance to catch right back up. These guys are hovering around that 5/10 mark. Grelis, we all know if you had taken part, everyone would have had a chance because you would have been backwards faster than Connor was. And Theo has made a mistake. He made a mistake going through cops, went very wide, and is now out of the race for P1. That is unfortunate for the Aston Martin, especially after his wonderful win last week. It is now down to the Red Bull and the McLaren of M. Benny and Mars Ranger for the last 2 laps. Relis, we all know that she cannot ever be wet. Ash is not wet. Mars Ranger dives up the inside, massive contact with Benny there. I wonder if that is going to go to the stewards. Although Mars Ranger has made the mistake and gone really deep, this has given Theo an opportunity. Is Theo going to be able to make Mars Ranger pay for his transgressions against the Red Bull ahead? It does not look like it. Theo is really struggling on his tyres right now. Down 3 shifts into Cox. It's not what you really want to see at this stage of the race. You would really expect it to only be 2 downshifts. But then again, if the tyres are really gone, there's not much he can really do about it. Mars Ranger has started to catch back up to Benny now. But it might be a little too late for the McLaren man. Ricker is now on the back of Stewart as well, along with Kavolis on the back of Bogorovsky, who is in turn on the back of Magic Boot Cannon. So, these two have now started the final lap of the race. Theo is still hanging with them. Is there going to be a mistake? Is someone going to crack under the pressure? Ricker. Oh, Ricker went sideways in turn 3 and got T-boned by Stewart. That is unfortunate for the Williams driver. He brings himself back onto the track, but he is now down in 7th. I wonder if that was contact with Stewart going into turn 3. We only caught the back end of the spin. But back up the front. These 3 have been going at it the entire race. Apart from when Mars Ranger decided to pit early onto Inters. The safety car pretty much sealed the deal for these guys. He tried to have a look up the inside of Benny there. Last chance saloon. And your Silverstone winner for DTR Division 1 is M. Benny, followed by Mars Ranger, then Theo on the podium. Congratulations to the podium sitters. Next up will be Stewart, but he is on 9 seconds of penalties. So he is going to drop like a lead balloon. Stewart comes across the line in 4th, inherited by Poop Cannon. Bogorovsky gets 5th, Andre 6th, Ricker 7th, Kavolis 8th, Stewart down to 9th. That shows you how annoying it can be to get that many penalties and there be a safety car. Jack comes across the line in 10th place. NLD Rush comes across in 11th. Moncho, unfortunately, outside of the points. He started 5th, could have done so much better tonight, but got himself a penalty when going to the pits. Had to serve that. And then we have finally got Skipper, the steady stalwart of DTR, bringing up the rear, making sure that he gets home safe without damage, not crashing out like some V-carbs we know, and crosses the line. So congratulations to M. Benny, Masked Ranger and Theo. They showed their absolute grit when it comes to the wet at Silverstone this evening. So race winner is M. Benny, fastest lap is Theo, driver of the day is Magic Poop Cannon, most overtakes Moncho, cleanest driver is Andre. So there you have it. M. Benny wins, followed by Masked Ranger and Theo in a close battle. Magic Poop Cannon inherits 4th, along with Bogorowski in 5th, Andre in 6th, Ricker in 7th, and Convolis in 8th. Stewart handing them those places quite comfortably. Jack getting himself P10 after a treacherous race, to say the least. NLD Rush in 11th, Moncho 12th, Skipper 13th, Solche DNFing in the pits 14th, Havoc Connor DNFing, and Tom Putty getting himself disqualified. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. So, that is it for Division 1. We are halfway through the season. We shall be back next week for round 7. I cannot remember. I believe it is Austria next week for Division 1. Tomorrow, you will be graced by Nellboy and his sultry tones on the commentary of Division 2, doing the exact same thing Division 1 did this evening. A pissing wet race at Silverstone. I will be there trying to do my best to point in the right direction. So, thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Good night.